So just cast your mind back to the 16th century. It's midnight and the deeper candles are gently swaying. There's the smell of pending rain in the air, and we're sitting with Tan Sen, the great musician and composer, and he's sharing the Maha mantra in the melody of Darbari Kanada, which is his composition, and so this is in honor of that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Bolo.
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Mian Tansen ki,
Jai.
Swami Das, Swami Haridas, Guruji ki.
Jai! Welcome to Krishna Kirtan Music with Sri and Joakin. We are very happy to be here with you. For those of you on Zoom, thank you for joining us. For those of you on Facebook and YouTube, thank you for joining us as well. If you have any questions, please type them on the comment below so we can answer them either today or in the few days after the video, so that we can address any questions that you have about this rag and today's pastime.
Yes. And I also want to thank and welcome ISKCON Gold Coast Bhakti Centre and Krishna Village and Kirtan for Life, a beautiful Australian community of Bhakti yogis. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
My name is Sri Dasi,
My name is Joaquin Escazan.
and sharing these rags is as much a personal practice for me, so it is a real pleasure to be able to share my practice with you and sort of constantly have to study and reacquaint and acquaint myself with these rags. So this particular rag today is Darbari Kanada, and it's considered a very solemn, serious, meditative, grave rag. It's considered the time of day to sing it is midnight, so it's a midnight rag, and it is in the path or the scale of Asawari. And my teacher has always said to me, she always says, Asawari, these are crybaby rags. She called them crybaby rags. So there's a lot of yearning. So the rasa associated with this rag is Sringara ras, or romance, but it's in with karuna.
Compassion.
Compassion and vira and separation. So there's some melancholy here in this rag as well, or crybaby.
I felt it.
Yes. And sometimes, you know, we have this tendency that we start to pick up the kirtan, and I was kind of hoping we wouldn't do that on this one, but we sort of can't help it because the maha mantra is like naturally joyful.
Exciting.
So we start to pick it up. But really this rag should be played in a sort of a contemplative mood, slow. And
we're going to share with you more about Tansen now.
And also his guru,
Yes.
Swami Haridas. So this, as I said, this rag should evoke Sringara or Karuna. And I'll go more into the rag itself, but I just want to share a little bit about the composer of this rag. So he's possibly the most famous musician in Hindustani music. His name is Mian Tansen, and Mian is a name that was given to him by Akbar the Great, the third Mughal emperor of India, and it means very learned one. So it's a title of honor.
Beautiful. Would you like me to share the picture?
Sure,
painting?
yeah, let's start.
Which one?
Just all of them, except for Braha.
Okay. So the first one, here you have.
Oh, so this is a pastime we're going to go over. So we'll save this one. Go through. You can go through. I'll get to this one in a minute.
So let's start with the first one.
So this is
Tansen.
he was honored, I think, in, 1986. Tansen was honored in India by having his own stamp, commemorative stamp. He's so potent that he's considered many of the gharanas, the vocal gharanas or the schools of music in India. So my teacher comes from the Banaras Gharana, Sanjukta Dasgupta. She comes from that Gharana, and many of the Gharanas in India, they say that Tansen is their founder. So that's how influential he was. And he was born into a Vaishnav family, Hindu Vaishnav family. So he was a bhakti yogi, and he spent most of his adult life in the court of Raja Ramachandra Singh. I think I might have to check that. And but in his later life, when he was about 60, and so his fame kind of grew, and everybody knew, oh, this amazing musician, right? This so potent, this singer, that he was called by Akbar the Great to come to his court, and Tansen didn't want to go. I think he was probably very happy where he was, but you sort of don't say no to the Mughal emperor, or any emperor, really. And so he went at the age of about 60 or 62 to Akbar's court, and there his fame and prominence only increased. In fact, Akbar the Great called him one of the 9 jewels. And
do you want me to show that painting now?
Which one?
With
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
Just guide
But
me
you can
which one
show
you want
pictures
next.
of Akbar. No, not that one. Go to the next one.
This one.
Okay, so here's one. And this is, I don't know how accurate these pictures are. This is Tansen. And you can show, and that, okay. So let me just say that, I kind of lose my train of thought. But Akbar the Third, he was considered a really great ruler because he understood and respected all the different faiths in India, and in fact he created a sort of a conglomeration of faiths that was based mainly on Hinduism and Islam, but also a bit of Zoroastrian and Christianity, where all the faiths and the local regional customs were really respected, and the dialects were maintained. And so rather than go in and slash and burn everything, he actually respected everyone and was a great patron of the arts and literature, and established libraries for women and made sure that all Muslims and Hindus had access to education and that their faiths were encouraged. And it was his grandson, so he's the Akbar the Third. Akbar the Fifth is the one who created or built the Taj Mahal. So that's just sort of a little bit of tidbit there. So Akbar the Great was a good ruler in the sense that he respected the customs and the faiths of his empire. And when Tansen came to court, his fame only increased. And it's hard to know what is myth, what is legend, and what is history, but it said that when he sung particular rags, like when he sang rag deepa, the candles would self-light. And when he sang another rag, the rains would start to fall. So, and there's even a story where there was this rare white elephant that was very wild, but Tansen started singing, and that it brought the wild animal under such control of peace and shantaras that the emperor was able to mount this elephant. So there's a lot of legendary stories.
How beautiful his music was. Mm-hmm.
But interestingly, Tansen would always talk about his guru. And his guru was Swami Haridas, who was a great, great Vaishnav who would live in the forests of Nidhivan. And at that time, in the 1500s, the forests of Vrindavan were much more lush. And he was just in bhajan all the time, just singing with great love and affection to his deity, Biharji. And Tansen would talk about his guru to Akbar. And Akbar was like, oh, I've got to meet this guy. Have him come to the court. And Tansen said, oh, no, you don't understand. I might sing for a living in a king's court, but my Guruji, Swami Haridas, sings for no man. My Guruji sings only for God. And so they devised a little plot to go visit Swami Haridas in the forest of Nidhivan.
What was the name of the deity that he...
Banki Bihari.
Banki Bihari.
So there's another
share with
pastime.
you the deity.
There's another pastime where Radha Krishna manifested, and Swami Haridas asked that they be eternally present, and so then a deity, Banki Bihari, was left behind, and to this day is worshipped in Vrindavan in the temple.
And you
and
can
they
see it right there
constantly
on the screen.
close the curtains very quickly because it's considered that looking for too long into the eyes of Banki Bihari will cause you to lose consciousness. It's like a arati, a darshan at that temple is like a rock concert. So, so Akbar, the Mughal emperor, and Tansen travelled to Vrindavan, and Akbar changed into the clothes of just a lay person. And Tansen brought his tanpura with him because he thought, I won't be able to get Swamiji out of trance, out of samadhi. So he considered a way to do it. So he sat nearby and Tansen started singing a song that Swamiji had taught him. And he knew this would arouse Swami Haridas out of his samadhi, because Swami Haridas came out and said, oh, no. Let me show you. You're making some mistakes here and here and here. And so then he started singing and said, now you do like this, now you do like this. And he started singing. And at that point, Akbar the Great understood, oh my goodness, like I thought Tansen's voice was divine, but Swami Haridas's voice actually transports you to the spiritual world. And afterwards he was so grateful. And he said, please come back to the court with me. And Swami Haridas said, oh, no, I only sing for Krishna.
And this is the painting,
yes,
right?
Let's go to this picture. I don't know if it was
Here
a
it
portrait
is.
at the time. I don't know if the painter was there, but it's inspired by this pastime.
So please describe on the screen.
So on the outer side, you have the Mughal Emperor Akbar, and then sitting down you have Tansen, and then sitting in the cloth of an ascetic with the tanpura raised, you have Swami Haridas.
Saying, no, no, no,
Saying,
no,
no, not like that. Like this. You slide up to Ga from Ray.
Exactly.
And if he's anything like my teacher, say, no, not like that. But so there's one last thing about this pastime is that so indebted
I bring you back.
was Akbar that, oh no, keep that picture. So indebted was Akbar that he said, how can I serve you? What can I do? Oh, I don't need anything. They said, well, how can I serve Vrindavan? And Swami Haridas said, well, okay, please go to Yamuna Ghat, which is an area on the Yamuna River with steps leading down into the river. And there is a corner of the steps that is broken. I need you to fix that. And it was kind of a weird thing to tell an emperor, but he had some of his disciples take Akbar to this area of the Yamuna River where the Ghat is, and he could see this very simple masonry work staircase, and yes, it had a broken corner, and he thought, this guy is a great musician, but he must not be in his right mind that he's asking me, the emperor of all Hindustan, to fix this corner of a stair. And then all of a sudden, the staircase transformed in front of his eyes, and instead of seeing simple masonry, he saw the stairs and the whole Ghat made out of silver and gold and embedded with diamonds and sapphires and all rare gems. And he could understand that he was seeing now not the material version of the Yamuna Ghat, but the Yamuna Ghat transported from the spiritual world. And at that moment he understood, oh, Swami Haridas he's not an ordinary person. He is forever immersed in the transcendental, loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
And his deities.
Yes, so much so that Krishna manifests before him. So I just want to read a little something about Radha. So Akbar saw the Yamuna Ghat not as the material version, but as the version come down from the spiritual world. When Krishna requested Srimati Radharani to descend with him to earth, she replied, I do not feel happiness anywhere where the river Yamuna, the forest of Vrindavan, and Gokul Dham are not there, so I won't come without them. So Yamuna descended from the spiritual world, Krishna Loka, and she's coming to this world through Yamunotri and flowing to meet Mother Ganga at Prayag. Yamuna Mayi is actually an expansion of Vishaka, one of the two most confidential friends of Srimati Radharani. To enhance the pleasure of Krishna's pastimes, Radharani thus expands herself as River Yamuna. So Akbar understood the real nature of Swami Haridas, and then, of course, the Yamuna Ghat transformed back into the simple masonry, and he didn't dare to undertake the repairs. Instead, he returned to Swamiji and he gave his full dandavats, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm incapable of repairing this, and Vrindavan is perfect just as it is. And he returned to Delhi along with me and Tansen. And so there's so many beautiful pastimes like that where these incredible personalities meet. But I think Akbar must have been an incredible personality that he was even had those things revealed to him. So we never know where we're going to meet great personalities, whether it's somebody in a humble position or in a great position. We should always be humble enough to understand that we could be meeting great souls.
And I think this is a good time to go over the rag.
So we'll go over the rag.
And we have it on the screen. We have going up and going down, so you can follow.
As we were saying, this is in the scale of a Sawari. It's a midnight rag. So let's go Arohi and Avrohi, and we'll do it in Sargam, so saying Saregama Padanisa. The Jati is Sampurna, Sampurna, so all the notes appear, but they appear in some unique ways. Sare, from Re to Ga, Ga, Komal Ga, so it's flat Ga, Ma, Pa, going up to Komal Da from Pa, Da, Komal Ni, Ni, Sa, Sa to Da, but through Ni, Sa, Ga through Ma, Ga, Ma, Re, Sa. So let's do that again. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni, Sa. Do you want to do it one more time? Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa, da, ni, pa, ga, so that's sliding from Ma to Ga is called a meend, and I don't do any of it perfectly, but we can keep trying. Now let's do it Akar, so Ah. Again, Akar. So it's considered with this rag to spend most time in the low. So if we have 3 octaves really, low, medium and high, this particular rag is spent predominantly in the low and the medium. We don't end up going to the higher octave, and that's partially because we want to keep it in the regal, sober mood. Mm-hmm. And so With this in mind, we can sing the rag again, and then at the end we can also say what special day this is. We'll say, because it's a different mood.
Yes. And thank you to Tapash, to SMY in India for saying hi. I'm so happy to see that you guys are listening.
So lovely to have you
Haribol,
guys join.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Saying hi to Bing Jo Dain and
Haribol.
Ivan. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Ivan. Hola.
Hola, hola.
Hola, hola.
Hasta
It's-
México.
Yes, it's muy tarde.
Sí, es very late in
very
Mexico.
late. Bit of a night owl. Oh no, he's up singing the midnight rag.
Right in
Because it's
time.
midnight to 3 a.m. Oh, Ivan.
It's perfect.
Ivan understands the true mood
Yes.
of Darbari Kanada. So let's sing it again and let's meditate on Shringara Rasa, the rasa of divine love, and Karuna Rasa, compassion and, mercy, and a little melancholy, and also meditate on having the absolute causeless mercy of having the spiritual world revealed to us at any time, and just that magic can happen. There is magic in the world. I know that we can go from the depths of despair to the heights of spiritual ecstasy. And really the goal is to create that environment where we can even just taste for a second the sweetness of spiritual life. And so with that, let's really meditate as we sing the Maha Mantra.
Let's go over the Maha Mantra as well.
Which is the love of Krishna, or the all-attractive, and Rama, the reservoir of all pleasure, the God of love, with also the goddess of love, Hara or Radha, calling out. And so Radha is the energy, the Shakti. So it is love and the beloved,
It's an infinite
love
loop.
and loving. It is all one, like fire, heat and flame. They can't be separated, but they are unique components. And so in the same way, love expands to experience itself. And that's what God is. God is love. So God expands to experience God's self. And why not? If you were love, I'd want to feel my love too. And so we are sparks of God, and we have that love within us. And when we forget that, that's when we get sad and depressed. And so it's really lovely to remember our connection as often as we can, and be there for each other, like we have our friends on Zoom who remind us that, to stay focused.
So nice to see you.
Yeah, so we can be there for each other. So let's meditate on Darbari Kanada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Together.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Together? Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol! Tansen.
I could see playing that at midnight with candles, how beautiful that would be, you know, in a temple with the
The deities.
deities and the breeze flowing. Oh, be divine, divine.
Yes.
Today is also the appearance day of Lord Vraha, one of the many incarnations of Vishnu, and we didn't go into the pastime because it's a different mood to the mood of Swami Haridas and Tansen. So let's just bring up a
no,
picture.
let's first talk about it,
No, it's okay.
please.
It's okay.
You just want to refresh the
I
memory.
just want to. No, it's not that. It's just it's a very different mood.
Yes.
Slaying demons is not quite Vrindavan. Oh, it is Vrindavan Leela, but it's a different mood. It's not Madhurya Ras. So this is Vraha with Hiranyaksha, and then there's another picture,
Sure.
and there he is with his ornaments, his Sudarshan chakra and conch, and holding the earth up. So all glories to Lord Vraha and on his appearance day. And then tomorrow is a special
Jai.
day too. It's the appearance day of Lord Nityananda.
Lord
So
Nityananda.
that's manana.
Yes.
So I want to thank you guys for joining us. We are on patreon.com/Krishna Kirtan Music. We also encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Krishna Kirtan Music.
So we welcome your support once again. Or Shri just mentioned, we have the links on the screen, paypal.me/Krishna Kirtan Music and patreon.com/Krishna Kirtan Music. And we are on our quest to record 108 different melodic versions of the Maha Mantra. And this has been very inspiring to us to be able to share different pastimes and approach to the Maha Mantra through
In
this
different moods, with
different
different rasas and different flavors, to meet the many moods that you have. Yes.
And so right now we're currently, we have recorded 14 on the screen. I'm going to put the link where you can listen to all of these versions that we have available for you. So
And we'll keep adding to them. And so subscribe to the playlist so you can just listen to the Maha Mantra and also to the channel.
Yes, so what I was saying is that we are very, very inspired to see you guys supporting us, because we are able to record more of this in a timely manner, and we are very happy to share it with you. And we hope to see you next week.
Yes.
Please set up your Kirtan alarm, and maybe your alarm can be with some karatalas, like our friend Greg in London has. He's playing at home with the karatalas. You can have some mrdanga, and we hope for you to set it up for 7 p.m. Sydney time. So wherever you are in the world, set it up for 7 p.m. And if you want to join us also tomorrow, please let's give
So
the
we
time.
have another time which is the equivalent of 7 p.m. in Los Angeles. So we have 2 streaming kirtan events per week. One is streaming at 7 p.m. Wednesday, Sydney, Australia time, and another is streaming at 7 p.m. Wednesday, Los Angeles time. So the first one is good for Europe and the UK and also India. And then the second one is also good for India, but it's good for the Americas as well, and New Zealand.
Yes, so thank you very
So
much.
thank you so much for
Thank you,
joining.
Greg, on Zoom, and our friends on Zoom. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. It's always lovely to see you. And once again, if you are watching this every week, we also have the Zoom link for you to join because we love to see you as well.
Yeah, and we can stay a little longer on Zoom and answer some questions regarding the rag and some of the instrumentation.
Yes, so if you have any questions, please stay on Zoom. We are going to end the live stream on Facebook and YouTube, and we hope to see you next week.
Haribol.
Haribol. Haribol. Bye-bye.